Hi, everybody. I was just talking for like 5 minutes to myself. I forgot to press go live. So, good times. It's always a good time. So I want to say hi to Autumn and Seventh. I hope you're still here. Um, I hope that you can hear me okay. And that's everything. Hi, Anne. How does everything sound? I don't have my earbuds in today. They're not charged because that's how my brain is working. I knew I was going to go live today and oops. Anyways, I forgot to charge those. So, also was saying, okay, cool. I also was saying that I feel kind of bad. I am moderator for Johnny Scoville, and I was checking my phone before I went live and saw that he was going live, or that he is live, but I can't. I feel bad that there's no other moderators in there, but I made this commitment to myself to do this live stream, so I'm gonna do it. Um, I'm having a really bad day, as the thumbnail suggested. There we go. This new lighting. Um, I, from the second I woke up today, I don't even know why. From the second I woke up today, I've been in a bad mood. My anxiety, my high part of my chest has been super tight, and I haven't been able to breathe very well. Um, and the anxiety it's been serious, very serious. I'm gonna pop into a couple places here just to let people know that I'm online and see if anybody else wants to come join us. Um, so did anybody here that I see, did anybody watch the watch what they could of the eclipse, or watch the eclipse on TV, or watch it in person? Um, I did. I wasn't going to because I was really upset. I had plans. I was going to go down to Ohio, and I was gonna go down to Ohio, and 1 second, and I was gonna watch the whole thing, but I didn't. Several reasons. I don't have the money for gas. I don't have the lack of sorry. Um well, okay, that's as much promotion as we're gonna get. I'm driving. It's funny, Autumn, that you said that, because when I was watching, I I didn't have any of those glasses. I have some somewhere here from 2017. I lived in Nashville for that, so I was trying to be lower than that light. Um, I um, well, weddings to be a clip of. Wait, I can do this. I forgot. Well, I'm sorry. This is a place where you can vent about having a bad day. Because what do you mean? What are you talking about, Ben? Using a CD, like the CD that you, that'd be interesting. Um, yeah, hey, Matrix, um, that's funny, Autumn, because I'm like, I'm not gonna, I'm like trying to do that teeny tiny little, hey, Misha, Ben, Ann, Autumn, Todd, let's see here. I'm not doing good. Right. That is what we're talking about. Um, I, I haven't been, I've been doing great for a couple weeks, but today I woke up in a panic attack. Basically, I tried to watch and participate in the lifeboat, and I couldn't do it. I kept it on my television, but I couldn't do the chat. I'm not happy. I'm frustrated. I haven't been, I've been struggling really hard since I got the records from my first Trouble Teen industry program. And I read them with this, hang on, this. I live at a corner. I have a couple skylights. I have one right here, and then I have one in my bedroom. I was looking out. We had 99% totality here in Detroit, but it's so different when you don't have the glasses. But you notice how dark it gets. My cats got really, really weird, it was cute, but it was, I felt bad. Um, and I felt bad, but yeah, I was supposed to go down. I was gonna go down to Mary Jones's and meet Mary and her family and possibly stay the night there. And my my digestive, oh yeah, the clouds. We had actually, it's funny because some clouds rolled in. It didn't make it harder to view. I was watching people. Oh, and I went to our library, and there was a paper on the door. It was like no eclipse glasses. I mean, unless they gave them all away, I don't know. And then the liquor store guy was like, "Oh yeah, we got them," and I was like, "Great, can I have some?" And he goes, "Well, they're not free." And I go, "Well, then I don't want them. I'm, you're not gonna make money off of that for me." Um, but anyways, had been very excited. I did decide to use, since I was in the path of totality for that 7 years ago. Yeah, in 2017 when I lived in Nashville, I I really enjoyed that. I had the glasses, I had everything. It was the path of totality. It got totally dark for a few minutes, but this still felt really amazing to me. It got really dark here actually, and I decided to put a thumbtack in that end of the eclipse. So when the eclipse was over, then that whole 7 years is now, that's done. It's behind me. So I'm not nearly as salty and um, very panicked and having all my digestive problems as badly as I was earlier. I also made myself take a nap for a couple of hours, and I think it helped some because I'm pretty calm. But I packages. Um, okay. I'm sure this makes such exciting viewing. Um, since I got my records from the hospital that I was sent to when I was 14, and I've read the full 191 pages once, and I've gone back and read a couple things a few times, and I'm sure it has something to do with other things going on in my life. I'm struggling very hard financially. I'm struggling physically. The pinched nerve in my shoulder blade is back, and that just shows me that the chiropractor thing every other day wasn't. Hey, Gypsy Daisy, how are you today? It's good to see you. I think I said hi to everybody. Sure. But I'm really appreciative of all of you being here. So my do you? I I made an appointment back in November. I've been having this particular problem since the middle of June last year, and I've been looking for a gastro doctor to see me, and I couldn't find anybody that can see me before August of this year, which I think is crazy. So, it yeah, it's not a good thing, and it's not a good time because while I know you guys can't really tell, but I know that I put on some weight, and that's the quitting cigarettes thing. That I put on some weight, but at the same time, I'm actually struggling to eat, struggling to go to the grocery store, even especially when I do have money to go. I haven't been going to the grocery store. I haven't been to the grocery store 3 years. I can't tell you what's wrong. Have you had an endoscopy? Because I can't even get in for a consultation for an endoscopy, and it's ridiculous. Like, why do you have to wait for 3 years? Why do I have to wait for a minimum of 14 months to 18 months to find out what's going on? And oh, it's so frustrating. And I can take all the omeprazole and for my um my GERD. It's just it's really thing that my acid reflux, and then I also I take Zofran for the nausea. But yeah, I mean, I'm hearing a lot, and I mainly the people that I'm hearing this a lot from are other people like myself who are on state health insurance. A lot of providers, especially specialists, and dentists, and uh, any kind of specialist. It seems even dental specialists. It's really hard to get in anywhere with this insurance. Therapy, it took me 18 months to find my trauma therapist, because the places that I tried don't take my insurance, or they have a super long waiting list. So yeah, I'm watching the Medicaid system kind of crumble into itself at the same time, which is really hard. Sorry, I'm probably gonna say sorry way too many times, which is probably funny to a lot of you because you know that I'm not a big person. I'm having others say sorry to me either. I'm just right now my gastro problems are causing a lot of trouble and making me feel a little miserable. But so I've been struggling to eat. I've also been very adverse to eating. That happens to me sometimes where I get into this frame of mind that the eating is a time suck, and if I eat, it's, I don't know, just a bunch of control things about eating. And I've dealt with this for my whole life. This issue with food. Right? I like to explain to people slightly as I have a complicated relationship with food. Because sometimes I love food, and sometimes just the thought of food makes me sick in my stomach. Let's see. 14 months later, I still have terrible proactive withdrawal, most dangerous. I'm sorry that you're feeling that, Daisy, and I know, you got the bomb insurance. You shouldn't be put off at all. That's crazy. So I've been struggling with a lot of things, and I know that in the long run, getting my sorry, those lights are really bugging me. I'm just moving around a lot, trying to figure out how to keep that from here. I did forward my medical records from the TTI hospital to my therapist. We have a standing appointment on Wednesdays. So I've been kind of holding out for that because this week has turned out to be so hard. I do realize that it is only Monday, but it's been a really long week today. That's all I can say. And I've had a long few weeks previously, whatever. I need to go out. And so what it feels like is happening is all of these memories that were repressed have been coming back, but more than just the memories. Now I have receipts, and I have things written in my own hand at 14 years old, and things written in my parents' hands while they were in their 30s. It's all right there. It's all so incredibly real, and even all the psychological problems, all the psychological testing that they did to me at the time. They said that there was they didn't see any chemical imbalance issues or anything like that. Just that I was a very sour looking girl. Which I think is funny. They just mean that I had a garbage look on my face all the time. By the way, I'm gonna hiccup a lot. Please don't mistake that for anything other than what it is, which is my stomach acids going crazy. I am just flat out uncomfortable in my skin today. I almost called my therapist or emailed her today and asked her if we could do a emergency. Let me put this up. Are you having? Well, good, because I can't tell if I'm making sense or not, because even talking about it right now is kind of bringing my panic attack this morning back on. Nothing brought it on. People always ask, well, what brought it on? Well, anybody who lives with anxiety and panic can tell you that most of the time we don't know unless we do like a deep dive of that. If we look, thank you. I'm glad. I have to put this up here for later. I'm glad that you know what I'm trying to say, because I can't tell if I want to break out in uncomfortable laughter because that's one of my coping mechanisms, or if I want to cry or if I want to scream and curse. Um, I've had offers to even to go see and stay with friends for a day or two, and while I would love to, I can't. I couldn't do that today. Um, I have to be to work tomorrow morning, so that makes it difficult. Also, it's a bit of a distance. I don't have the gas to do that right now. A million other reasons, and they all sound like excuses to me. I've been thinking about excuses. I had a conversation with a good friend recently, and she mentioned excuses, and I make them. I make them a lot, and I'm tired of doing that. So this is why it says this is me raw. Also, I was kind of doing a little play on words with Jennifer Lopez, because you know she had a "This Is Me Then" album and a "This Is Me Now" thing, and now she's got a new batch of trouble that I've seen. Some by association, which I can't judge by association when you're younger, that's for sure. But the other being in the way that she treats people, the way that she treats people that work for her, the way that she treats people that work for others, who work at restaurants, work in any kind of service. Definitely some details about her being not so nice. But so I thought that could be a fun little play on words. This is me raw. Me raw is I'm gonna lose my place. Maybe I'll cry, maybe I'll laugh, maybe I'll just one thing is definitely for sure is that I'm probably not gonna stare into the camera the whole time, which I probably should do more of. I think I would feel a lot better if I just stared into the camera instead of staring at my face. I think I'm just onto something, is that the problem is that I'm staring at my own face, which keeps causing me to question myself and everything that I'm saying or doing or how I look or blah, 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 all the things that get people feeling this way. Thank you. Thank you. Because I feel like most of the time, you know, I have specific things to say, and I could go into my origins of the Troubled Teen Industry series, which is definitely coming this week. Believe me, I've got to get that out now, more than ever. But it's mostly just do you find yourself looking at yourself in the camera or on the screen, I should say, and be like, I look like that, or let me move my hair or touch my glasses or something. And of course, right now I'm just obsessed with the fact that you know what, I'm gonna try something. Is that better? There. Okay. I solved that problem. Hey, look, we're solving problems together here, people. That's fantastic. I one problem down. Maybe now I can just stare at the little circle at the top of the computer rather than my face, which I have no problems talking to nothing, but if I'm looking at myself, I'm like, ooh, look at that. Oh, you know, judgmental on ourselves. What do you mean by jacked up? Like somebody beat you up, jacked up? Because I promise you, honey, I am jacked up right now. Um, there, see, talking to yourself is hard. I don't have a problem talking to myself at all. What I have a problem with is seeing myself on a screen and talking to myself that way. But I just, I don't even have like, I use StreamYard. There's a little touch up thing where you can like make yourself look better than you do. Why? I'm not doing that. No way I could ever have the courage to go in front of a camera. Well, it's funny because I'm even a photographer, and one of the reasons that I think that I'm a photographer, well, the main reason I'm a photographer is because I love the way I love capturing images and making photos, and it's one of my really fun things to do. I actually went to art school for photography for a little bit of trivia for keeping up. Have I done a lot of different things? Yes. Nisha is a ninja. All right, so let's see if I can do the. No, that just makes me the whole screen. That makes it even worse. Okay. First of all, I have no way to prove that. And secondly, I mean, how many of us here think that we're good looking? Come on. Yeah, I thank you for that. I thank you for that text, Nisha. And if you all don't mind, I'm going to read it again. Ha ha ha. So I just made myself, thanks to Nisha, I didn't even think of this. I only can really see the chat, which is better because now I'm just looking at the chat screen. I don't have to look at myself at all because there's nobody else on with me right now. So we'll just, so yes, we love our superstar. Pineapples to oranges all taste great to me. That's funny. You've only been on camera once, Todd. It's not really that bad once you get. What are you oopsing? What happened? What's wrong? Everything okay, Ann? Or maybe something on my, I don't know. You guys still see me normal? Well, good on you. Oh, phone glitch. Okay. Good on you, Gypsy Daisy. That you used to have confidence. It has much to do with what we actually look like, but how we feel about ourselves. I think that it doesn't. Thank you. I think that it doesn't have anything to do with what we look like either, because I've met and known some really physically beautiful people that were disgusting and so ugly because of the way that they acted and treated others and all that. So anyways, now I can get back to what I was meant to talk about, which is just that all day, and this has been coming on for a couple days. I'm trying to go to a chiropractor for a couple of weeks to see if they can get me, adjusted, and it doesn't work. Every time I do it, I go and I do it, and it feels good, and then I wake up the next morning and I feel exactly the same. And I go every other day. I know I'm only allotted 18 of those sessions, and so now I've used 8 of the sessions. I think I only have, 2 weeks and 1 session left before I'd have to start paying $50 a session, which is to me where the scam of it all comes in, because I'm not saying chiropractic is bad. I know that it helps a lot of people, but I just don't see a point in doing something that's just going to end up having me go back all the time. So now I need to get in with my ortho on top of a gastro doctor, so I can figure out what's going on with my spine. If it really was a couple ribs that got popped out of place, I'm not sure. Acupuncture is great, but my insurance doesn't cover that, so I'm not in a position to be paying for that, or else I'd be paying 75 or some between 50 and 75, depending on the massages that they have there. Because, and I do know one thing that helps, and massages help me a lot, because I physically carry my stress here in my neck, my shoulders, down my shoulder blades. That's where the majority of it is. This right here. It is hard. And I've been told I was shit my whole life. I still get it occasionally. Not so much. Now people mostly just ghost. But that's fine. They can weed themselves out of my life. It doesn't matter to me. Right? It sounds amazing. I used to get them every and when I was on tour, I used to get them every day. We'd have a massage therapist that went on tour with us, and then in every city they would bring in a local massage therapist. They had two there all the time. It was a very spoiled period of my life. But yes, to get back to this, I'm sorry. We'll get back to that in a second, Todd. A chiropractic adjustment dissected my your carotid artery and caused a massive stroke. Weird that you say that. Really, really weird that you say that, Gypsy Daisy, because I have a friend, after her third child, 2 weeks after her third child was born, she went into the chiropractor for an adjustment. And when she got her adjustment, and I do believe that it was her neck adjustment, it released some, and this was actually maybe a blessing in disguise. She had like a blood clot, and it was lodged. And when they did that, the blood clot went into her brain, and she had a stroke. She's 99% better, but strokes are okay. Strokes are one of my big two things that I'm most, let's say big three: heart attack, stroke, Alzheimer's / dementia. Those are my cancer. Okay, so those are my four things that I'm not, that I don't. Yeah, and you know what, Autumn and don't go. You're not supposed to. Autumn, I've heard horror stories. I've had horror stories with some chiropractic students. Excuse me. So today, why I'm feeling this way, why this is a bad day. I have, as I'm sure everybody does, right? Like, I have probably a scroll of things that I should do, need to do, want to do every day. And every day that goes by, there's more. And you just add more things to the pile of things that you want to get done. I really need money. I could have gone out and I could have gotten my car and I could have DoorDash and I could have made money today. I couldn't even get dressed. Seriously, I'm actually wearing my house dress and this cool kimono I got on Temu, and I haven't gotten dressed all day. I wanted to go to the store. I wanted to organize things. I wanted to get my at least part one of my origins of the troubled teen industry video done today. I wanted to go to Sharon's. I wanted to do all of these things. Oh, I'm supposed to try that frozen Gatorade bottle up and down your spine. Yeah, yeah. Gotta get. Yeah, I gotta do that because they did suggest that, and I thought that that was a really good idea too, mainly for my neck. My neck, I was born, or not really born with, but maybe partially. But I also was a baby that was put on her stomach to sleep, so I slept on my stomach for decades until I couldn't anymore, like physically couldn't handle sleeping on my stomach anymore. So I have a reverse curve on my neck, and that tends to hurt a lot. And cell phones, and this thing doesn't doesn't help at all. Um, I I think that I think that having 5 people that I know die in 4 weeks also is getting to me. Um, I wasn't terribly close to a few of them, but you know, in recent times, but they all meant something important. I have to highlight this. So this is what was going on with me today. I couldn't, well, I did, but I did not want to get out of bed. I just didn't want to get out of bed. I wanted to just stay in bed. And then here's the here's the quandary about just wanting to lay around and stay in bed. Well, you can't. Unfortunately, I can. It's very easy for me to do that. Too easy for me to do that, actually. But what's been happening to me, especially since Saturday, since Stephen Memorial on Saturday, I've been like, all right, it's had, he's had his memorial service. So now I gotta do the thing. I gotta get out there. I gotta live life. I gotta be active. Gotta do all of these things because my friend who would have given anything to have an opportunity to do those things isn't with us anymore. And I feel guiltier and guiltier every single day for not seizing every second of every day and for not living the very most of my life. Maybe not every day. That's unrealistic. I don't think that, and I think that anybody that tries to do that hard every day is going to be sorry also. But I mentioned this a few months ago when I started this channel. I didn't even have an answer for why I have the issues that I have, or the struggles that I go through. Now that I do, I'm being already a hyper aware person. I become incredibly aware of things. I get incredibly aware when I watch my videos, especially if I'm bouncing off somebody else. I say a lot, or and I realize that the more people I'm watching, I get that a lot of people are doing the thing. When you're, especially if you're flying by the seat of your pants on a day like today, before I had fallen asleep, I had absolutely every idea what I was gonna say, and I should have probably just gone live then and got it all out because I was very raw, like in the kind of angry, not terribly, really angry, but just where I could just spit everything out. Now it's been several hours, and yeah, let's talk about this. Give yourself a little grace. I'm trying. That's why I went ahead and gave myself an opportunity to take It's not that easy. Not a lot of things are easy. And and that's why this is really good for me. I have a small, community of people that are sharing. You all are you're sharing, your stories and your feelings and all of your stuff with me, just like I am with you. So, I don't feel alone, and that's a really uh, this right here. That's the voice in my head. And the really weird thing now is that I've been working for him. I work for him 4 days a week, sometimes a little bit more than that. And I've definitely not been feeling good the last uh geez, month now. I think that the pinched nerve came up pretty fast. Obviously, a physical manifestation of the issues that are going on in my mind. And ever since that showed up, and the fact that I've continued to work through it rather than call in is 100% to do with the fact that I'm mortified to call my dad and tell him that I can't work, because then I'll hear his voice and he'll say something snappy or sarcastic, and it'll just spiral me down so fast. Nothing can spiral me down as fast as my dad. Uh, when I got my records, I believe that he had been happy for me that I was able to get my records. But what my dad didn't like from my visual, why can't I just do, okay, what I could visualize his reaction when I was reading some of it was that it was also bringing bad memories and bad feelings back for him. So his go-to is, why can't you just let it go? I don't know. Probably because I didn't even know it was a real thing, until last year. And this is exactly what I said to him. I said, I don't know. Maybe because I didn't even find out that there was an actual industry until last year. And that means I didn't have the language for it. I forgot so many things that were buried down. And I said, and just so you know, I've told you this like 3 times, giving my dad grace because he's got memory issues. But he's had memory issues my whole life. Sometimes I believe they are memory issues. Sometimes I believe they are, I don't want to deal with this or hear this issues. There's a lot that went on during that period of time. And, I knew he was resentful of me, but I didn't realize how resentful he was of me until I got to read all of the things that he resented me for. So I asked him, so he said, why can't you just let it go? And I'm like, well, I am letting it go, Dad, but see, this is what it looks like. I can't just drop things as I go along through life and leave them there like it's no big deal. It doesn't bother me. I never think of it again. That's not how my brain works. So I have to, and especially with the really, really traumatic stuff, unfortunately, especially in trauma therapy, hypnotherapy, anything that you do that takes you back through your trauma, is I'm voluntarily re-traumatizing myself again. I said, I am purposely re-traumatizing myself in trauma therapy every week. Most people go once a month, and people who really need it go twice a month. So if I'm going every week, what does that say? I'm taking this very seriously. I am letting it go. The only way for me to let it go is to go back through it, see it for what it was, learn that that's not who I am. It's who I was programmed to believe I am, and then I can move on. If it makes you uncomfortable to have a conversation about this, I won't talk to you about it anymore. But if you're going to be loving and supportive, then, do me a favor. Watch the program on Netflix. That was 2 weeks ago. And no, he hasn't watched it. But my dad has been gone since 2018. I never got closure with him. He never said he was sorry, not even once. It's part of why he's still fucked up. Okay, I don't think you're that fucked up, and that's because, I have a doctorate better than PhD. Well, maybe. If not, I have a doctorate and a PhD in being screwed up. And I feel that. I still have both of my parents, but really, I don't have all of my parents because my grandma, my dad's mom, was very much involved in my life. And I wasn't around when she died. I think I've told that story before. But also in this trauma therapy journey and the journey of going back through my medical records from Fairview Deaconess. How many of you saint people when they die? Because I know that I do. But especially my grandma. I was fooling myself. I've found out in recent years that my grandma was the wild child of her family. I kind of had an inkling about it, but by the time I came around, she had a full-time job. She had a full-time job since she was 18 years old. She was married and divorced twice. She had one son, my dad, and me. And I spent a lot of my childhood living with my grandma. My grandmother was, I wouldn't think that it would be a bad thing to say that she was a control freak. And I was never good enough. I was never going to be what she wanted me to be. But the part that bothered me, and I've let it go, and I'm not angry anymore. I know that since I've started my channel, I've been really angry at and about my grandma, but I'm not. I've come to some realization. Humans are intrinsically flawed. My grandmother came from a generation, she was born in 1927, where you just don't talk about your problems, period. You don't talk about it. And for her to have been able to look at me as a kid or even as a teenager or in my 20s and pull me aside and say, I was the wild child of my generation too. And I just want you to know, I see you. Yeah, you know what? In fairy tale land, that sounds great. But in the real world, that's not going to happen. She didn't do that. I can't get mad at her anymore. I'm done with that. It's just, there's no point. But the thing about her dying and everything that surrounded that, my not being told, my not being there, that's I'm not going to go into that today. That's all right. Let me look at the comments really quick. I've been talking about this a lot too in the last few days. I, again, am an amazing advice giver. I should get myself one of those VoIP phones so that I can have a call-in show here on YouTube. I am an amazing advice giver. Seriously, I have helped a lot of people with issues and just life and trouble, trauma, everything. I am so awesome at giving advice. Taking it, I'm about as good at taking advice as I am taking a shower that involves washing my hair. Wait, what are we going through here? Misha, when I tell you guys my struggles, what do you tell me? If I were to be talking, tell me what you think I need to be doing when I'm so overwhelmed I can't move and my muscles are so rigid. They hurt from the stance alone. What would you say? Now go to the mirror and say that back again. If only because I love you. It's hard, but we have to hold each other up. We need each other. I agree. And I'm not going to do that right now because it'd be really rude if I walked out of the room and found somewhere to say some nice things to myself in the mirror. So, but I will do that, Michelle. And thank you for the reminder. It doesn't really work. We'll all do it and then, hate on ourselves again later. But I'll try to start practicing that as long as everybody else promises to practice it too. It is hard to relive it. I'm still doing it. This Wednesday is when my therapist and I will be beginning our unpacking of the medical records. So, yeah, as Karen Carpenter would say, she's been on my mind lately a lot too. But we've only just begun. Oh, to cry. I'm not going to sing right now. You don't think you've ever said anything nice to yourself, especially in the mirror? I do find actually that it works. I'm a big Barbara Streisand fan, and one of the big things I like is the "Hello, gorgeous." Love that saying. Love to use that GIF or meme online on the socials, as it were. And I got myself a sticker for my bathroom window that says "Hello, gorgeous." So every time I go to the bathroom, even if I roll my eyes or just ignore that it's there, I know it's there. I've also been catching myself in the last 6 months or so, occasionally giving myself a pep talk and saying nice things to myself, not in a Stuart Smalley way, even though I'm a huge Stuart Smalley fan. Because you know why? Doggone it, I'm good enough. People like me. I also haven't been able to cry for weeks. That's another thing that I think I'm holding in emotion. I had a discussion with my dad about why I can't cry. He's like, "Of course you can. It's ridiculous." And I go, "No. I think I've pushed myself so hard with my mom being sick and losing people and struggling financially and physically and emotionally. I have myself just convinced that, again, that I am useless." It's very personal, but I got yourself. Y'all taught me that. I got just made my ear ring, so I don't. Hi, Shannon. It's okay. Why are you sorry that you just got here? I'm thankful that you are. I'm in the middle of starting stories and then forgetting what I'm saying and moving on to something else because hopefully they'll come back. But my brain, yeah, Nisha, what he said. No. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Nisha. You're like me in a few ways. One of the main ways that you're like me is that you're like we're like the nice fairies. I mean, granted, I'm Tinkerbell, so you're one of the nice fairies. And we're fairies and we come in and we are always willing and available to help other people, even if it's just with a, hey, how you doing today? Just checking in, wanted to know how you're doing. Haven't seen you in a while. Are you doing all right? What's going on? How's your life? Are you okay? How can I help? What can I do for you? Right? This is what we do. We've talked about this. And you know how that leaves us? Depleted. Completely depleted. So on top of feeling all our feelings for what we're living through every day, we then and can't rightfully help it, actually, being an empath. I have just, and you know what, for all of you that this sounds crazy to, boogie. I don't care. It's not crazy. It is me. It's my life. It's been my life since I'm a child. I can take people's pain away from them with my empathy. It exhausts me. I have a really hard time going to hospitals because I can feel everything in the hospital. But I do it because whatever. I've been dealing with this my whole life. I had a really good way of being able to almost immediately shake other people's issues off. I lost that like 6 months ago. So I'm carrying so much stuff. Okay. So you're horrible about saying anything good about yourself, and you know you need to work on that. There you go. There you go. You said it. You held yourself accountable. Next. I'm not saying we solved the problem, but for today, right now, I'm really proud of you. Super proud of you. Let's see. Sometimes even when we want to, no, we need to, letting one breathe out the wrong direction, releasing anything that's too scary. What if I let go and it all falls down? I promise you, let me put this back up. I promise you that not letting go will make everything fall down faster than if you did let it all go. That I know for a fact. I hope that you're listening. I know you hear me, but I hope that you're listening because it's going to crumble and on you, not around you. It's going to crumble on you. So we need you. So you have to start practicing how to put little piles down. Okay. I'm doing the same. Not as much or as, no, see, I'm not going to say bad things about myself. It is as meaningful as what you're living through, just that it's about me, so it doesn't feel like it's as meaningful. See? Oh, here. Because the world needs more sprinkles of happy, loving fairy crap. Yeah, it does, but that's not your job. It's not my job. When we can do it, we should do it. When we can't do it, like this morning, I couldn't. Sorry if you can hear the motorcycles. Sorry. See, but you only get yourself half full. So what we're also doing is setting an example. And what I'm noticing now is that more people are checking in with each other, growing relationships. It's ripples, Nisha. It's ripples. Just saying. I know you are. We all are. Do the best you can. Don't beat yourself up in any way, please. It's great. I guess I'm probably a couple minutes behind here. Autumn has to say, I'm like that in a small scale. I can tell when people are upset, when other people can't, or maybe I read people better than most do, but I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got your rock. Did you get the rocks? They show up? I'm so excited for you. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Um, 4 straight hours. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Mary, Mary got me this awesome shirt because she's who I was supposed to go see today for the eclipse. Mary's also had a really rough day. Um, and she found this shirt a couple weeks ago and to do with the eclipse. And she's like, "What size are you?" I don't know. And she's like, "Well, I found this shirt and it's so you. So I had to get it." I'm like, "What do you mean? Are you going to, how much is it? Can I give you the money or whatever when I see you?" She's like, "No, no." She bought me this awesome shirt, which I guess she mailed to me. Thank you. Because I still feel bad about not going down there. But it says totally obsessed about the eclipse, which is hilarious because Mary and I were having a conversation where I said something about being totally obsessed with the. Hey, Tom, hey, hey, you're really hanging on camera. This guy is all about. It's a. I have cat time too, but mhm, he, he's mischievous. Oh, he might have sent you guys some comments or cut me off. I don't know which. Oh, it's so funny that you use that. If I had, you know what, if I had a nickel for every time my dad told me to get my head out of my ass, I'd be a very wealthy woman. I know you do. I know you do. I know. And I own that 35. That's so awesome. I'm so excited. Are you gonna do the thing where you paint on them and then you put a little ant on them or whatever and put them out for people to find, whatever that's called? I saw that people were really into that several years ago, and I didn't know if it had if it's still a thing or if it become a thing again. I'm happy. You know what? I got out for a couple of minutes today too. I went for a walk to the library. I had to take a book back. And also I was trying to get eclipse classes. Honestly, I and was upset when I saw that they didn't have any eclipse classes. So I was like, boo-hoo, back home. But let's see here. It's good. It's good that you. All right, who's Ned? Steve-O. Who's Ned? Oh, is that what you call Misha? Ned? Ow. Great name. Um, ow. I'm being attacked. Oh, you gotta go. It's all right, Autumn. Don't listen. That I really appreciate you being here. Um, I hope that you have a good evening. I really do. And I hope to talk with you on here soon or meet you since we're in the same state. Kind of silly. Um, but don't be sorry. You gotta run. You got a life to live. I'm not even really talking about anything. So, I'm not doing the rant that I thought was coming. It hasn't come yet. Oh, okay. Awesome. That's good that you thank you. And I was gonna watch somebody doing it online, but then I was well, I don't want to watch it on TV. It's kind of happening. It got pretty dark, with where the birds got confused and you heard them all. I heard them all like, and then they just shut up. They didn't know what to do. Then obviously for like the 2 to 4 minutes or whatever, they weren't singing, they weren't flying. My cats were acting so weird. They did not. They did not. It was stressing them out. But the couple thing. Oh, so Thomas just highlighted a comment that I can't see it. But Thomas, oh, yeah, it's paying people. But he's so funny. So this is a touch screen laptop, and his ear keeps touching the camera, the screen. Oh, Thomas, this is not professional, sir. Wait, what is it that Christy said? I don't want to steal that from her, but what is it from what Christy said? Why don't you go be somebody, or right? Go be somebody. Do something. Go do something other than crash my stream. The Thomas and Jen show. Hi, Mickey. By the way, I started writing you an email, I think like a month ago, and I'm so really. What did you just do? Now I have to. Yeah, I mean, people suck. Did you do something? Why did you walk over there? I won't do that again. Here, let me just put this down here then. So I could do Thomas magic tricks by bringing his ukulele out so that he can show you all his mad ukulele skills. Shouldn't be that embarrassed. My baby. The Thomas and Jen show. Actually, this is Thomas's world. He just lets us all live here. Oh, buddy. I want to highlight this because they do. They do. And I found that I doubt I came up with a new thing, but I came up with a new favorite saying since since we were sent into the upside down in 2020 is people are so people-y. And I love people, but man, they're just not nice anymore, especially in the car. But I've learned how to get my road rage under control by saying things really nicely, softly, and sweetly in the car to people instead of yelling at them. They can't hear me either way, but at least I don't look like a raging lunatic with a purple face screaming stuff. Yeah, also this right here, really bad for the gastro problem. What? Oh, came up here to help me fill in space. Your producer, everybody, Thomas Jerome Newton, sir. If you're gonna say something, say something. The chicken. You have all kinds of stuff. Wait, why are we? Oh, wait, hang on. We should have a sort of detection device for those kind of people, but I keep having. Oh, we should. We should. Just like I also think it's another thing that wouldn't be bad to create. I've been thinking a lot lately about making like a little chip in an application called Find My Vape. Because as somebody who's vaping, quit smoking, and I've cut back. I've been doing this for over an hour now. I haven't hit my vape once. I'm cutting back because I was going to go to nicotine lozenges next, but I guess they're not sending them in to be prescribed. They're sitting in the pharmacies, but then when I try to get my prescription filled, they say that they're out of stock. They're out of stock of the it's pharmacy grade. It's the same stuff, but I can't afford the $50 for the lozenges, so I'm still kind of hitting on the vape. But people are losing their vape all the time, and I'm one of them. And I just thought, well, that'd be a really good idea if I could, sell a chip with an app attached to it to all these vape makers, including even the THC vape. You find your vape and sell it to somebody for a lot of money. I have a lot of ideas, but I don't, first of all, have capital. I have people that have capital. I don't, just the ideas. Gets through some of these comments. On a good note, tomorrow is the court hearing on my husband adopting our adult daughter. It's a special day for our family. Indeed, it is. And I hope that you have a celebration plan because it's very exciting. It is really exciting. I'm excited for you. Hey, I get that. I get that. That's why, I'll tell you this, Shannon. That's why you haven't been seeing me online a lot. I haven't been on my channel. I haven't been in a lot of live stream chats. I just haven't had anything to say. And it's not that I don't care. I don't care about people, or I don't care about showing up for friends and everything. I really don't care about, worrying my friends. I care about all of those things. But what I'm starting to really care about is me. And sometimes I just don't have the bandwidth. And sometimes I don't have the tolerance for people that say things in a friend's chat that I'm not going to pop off about. And I don't want to end up being a jerk who's mean to somebody because I'm in my head. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna stay off the lives for a minute while I can be, until I can be nice, or else I'm just not going to say anything because, some of my friends are getting a lot of, I'm sure you guys noticed it. We have similar friends on YouTube here. And one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of people that I don't know really showing up being mean to people in their own streams, or mean about people in other people's streams. And I don't get that. I don't play the mean girls stuff, but I get that. That's why I've been taking a break, Shannon, because I feel that so deeply. Like, I got to work on me and my issues before I can be let out, even if it's in the virtual wild, Let's see what else we have going on. See, everybody is excited for you, Mary, and the family. And the what I know that my friends and I joked about for a while, but not finding it quite as funny anymore, is that it suddenly became so easy to avoid people, but now it became so easy to avoid people that they're just incredibly people-y, right? They're just people-y. So it has become easier, but I think that it's come at a cost. And I don't know if I have hope that we can get through it, but and the cigarettes was what I did to my kids. Oh my God. My dad was the go get me a Pepsi, run up to the produce store and get me an onion. Oh, go back to the produce store and get me a head of romaine lettuce. I'll go get me some tomatoes. Yeah. I was my dad's girlfriend. Definitely was his go-to to go get me. Trying to let your I'm really excited about your resin business and your resin work. You're really good, and I'm so excited. I think that you guys. Hey Kim, thank you. I appreciate you. I really do. I thought I was going to have a lot of things to say about the important stuff, but basically I've been jibber jabbering the whole time. But it feels really good. There's no reason for this, no point, as it turns out. I mean, I'm in a really crappy mood, not angry. I'm just in a really blah, shaky voice because I really want to cry, but I can't. I don't know. I might have to. All right, you guys think of movies that'll make me cry. And I'm not watching Marley and Me ever again, so don't suggest that one. Things you don't cancel for. And I like this. You guys let me know if you do this. I don't even want to get in on this. But oh yeah, Shannon. I have memories of being 7 years old and my grandma being like, and it was a half a mile away. Go walk to the store, give me a pack of cigarettes. You know, and there was the notes. And then eventually I didn't need the note anymore because, you know, who needs the note when everybody knows you? But I did that for my grandma. I did that for parents. It was funny. That's why it was just so easy to. Yes, go ahead, Mary. Whatever you need to do. If you need to go check on dinner, that's fantastic. I can't wait to see me in the shirt either. I love you and I really appreciate that. It was so incredibly kind of you. Everything that you've done. It's been very kind. But all of it. I appreciate you. Enjoy dinner. You've only been doing the resin for 6 months. I've watched a bunch of videos on there on YouTube about resin, and it looks fascinating. I really would love to do it, but I don't live somewhere where that's entirely possible for me. Splatter paint is a big desire for me right now, and I think it's just the idea of just, you know, it's like going to a rage room without breaking anything. You're just throwing paint and medium and whatever you want to throw on. I love that. So I'm going to be getting into some splatter painting here soon. Sometimes the jibber jabber is the only therapy we need. Great point, Kim. Yeah, I am. Here, I'll show you my eyes without my glasses. Then I have to put my glasses back on. Can't read anything. I know I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted. I look like I'm stoned. If there's anything wrong with that, I am a medical cannabis user and did have an edible peanut butter cup earlier that helped quite a bit. It's also the reason that and the Xanax, the reason that I fell asleep and took a nap for like 2 hours. But yeah, I am emotionally drained. Oh shoot, girl, that movie. It's so funny. Even in my 20s, in college, watching that movie, and I love that movie so much. Even though, let's be real, it doesn't make sense because it's so vague, but it's really well done. And I love Ally McGraw, and I love looking at what's his name, Ryan O'Neal. May his memory be a blessing, but may he rest in peace. But man, that movie, I was like, what do you mean love means never having to say you're sorry? I really loved that. Like, I was so, anyway, talking before college because I watched it since I was a little kid. That's good. Ice Castles is another one. Never Ending Story. Oh, shoot. Labyrinth. Oh, you guys. So funny. My sister and I are 14 years apart. That was her favorite movie when she was little. It was my favorite movie because I was a teenager, and my two favorite rock stars are, I don't think you see them, David Bowie and Mick Jagger. And I love, so my sister and I, when she was a toddler, would just watch it like crazy. And Jennifer Connelly had a vague resemblance to me at the time, and my sister was a little bit bigger than her baby brother, but you know, we played that a lot actually. Donnie Darko is a great movie, but I don't know how that's gonna make me cry. Maybe Endgame because I haven't watched that, and That's the one where Iron Man dies, right? Maybe I should just really go all in. I'm thinking about Robert Downey Jr. now. Maybe I should just watch Less Than Zero. Then I'll be a complete puddle on my floor, and y'all are going to have to either send people or come yourselves and clean me up off of the floor, because watching Robert Downey Jr. at the end of Less Than Zero, now there's a guy who is a success story. Man, Robert Downey Jr. Maybe I will watch Endgame. Those are some great movies. So, Todd, you can make me. Hi, Janet. I have to learn how to do to send out a notification, because I put this up earlier and sent out a community notification, but I don't know why the big red button does what it does. But what? You're just gonna have to be patient. Anyways, I'm a movie buff too. What I'm thinking it might be, which is actually my favorite movie. I'm gonna watch. I think I'm gonna watch Untitled. And what Untitled is, that is Cameron Crowe's director's cut of Almost Famous. Untitled is my favorite movie. It's my favorite movie for so many reasons. One of them is music. Okay, I'm just all about the music. The other is I absolutely love the characters and the acting, and obviously the soundtrack. Nobody does a soundtrack quite like Cameron Crowe. And if people haven't seen Untitled before, who've seen Almost Famous, or for people who haven't seen Almost Famous, I don't know if I can be friends with you. I'm sorry. But if you've seen Almost Famous and you haven't seen Untitled, it's an extended version that tells you all kinds of. It fills the story. It fills the story. Corey's sick. I'm sorry, Corey's sick. Corey, you're beautiful, Janet. See, before I was just thinking of Rocky Horror Show, Janet, but I've been watching a lot of Three's Company on YouTube lately, so now I've got that Janet in my head too. All good Janets. All right, you have fun, Todd. Send me some pictures. I want pictures. You can send it to my email, or if you're on Discord, can we send pictures in the private messages? I don't even know. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Kim, yeah. Love stories, just so emotional. I love Ice Castles too. Yeah, those are great. Just want to put that there for a minute. Yep. Yeah. My life in the 80s too. I don't want to see a remake of the Never Ending Story. It's the Never Ending Story. Doesn't mean it has to be retold by other people. It was, excuse me, I'm venting. I don't think Andy Rooney had a problem with his cat when he was going off on his little rants. Never Ending Story was perfect the first time. Dirty Dancing was perfect the first time. About Last Night was perfect the first time. Almost every movie ever made was better the first time it was made. I have a few variations in that. I really loved The Great Gatsby with DiCaprio. I thought that was a phenomenal movie. I loved the Barbra Streisand, Christopher Stofferson version of Star is Born. There was supposed to be the Barbra Streisand and Elvis Presley version, and man, I could see that in my head. But I love Christopher Stofferson so much that it's perfectly fine that he played John Norman. And I love the Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper version of A Star is Born too. And for people that don't know, there were two previous versions, one in the 40s with Judy Garland and one in the 30s. And right now just because I haven't let any of the air out of my brain today. I can't remember who was in that one. Lana Turner? I don't know. I'm just fasting. Yes, RDJ. RDJ is the comeback story. I wouldn't say from hell. I would say that RDJ is the comeback story of all time. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take that crown right off of Corey Feldman's head, which means I then have to take it off of Tommy Scoville's head. And I would like to give the Comeback King Award to RDJ because Robert Downey Jr. was, and I am not trying to be funny when I say this, but in the 90s, all the way through the 90s into 2000, 2001, he was on everybody's next to go list. And I'm so unbelievably grateful. Oh, how many of you that I mentioned the I Want Love video, the Elton John I Want Love video that he did, how many of you have seen that? Because that, by the way, folks, was Robert Downey Jr.'s first acting job back after his year in prison and rehab. So, I know by heart. Yeah, it's okay. Got to give him a lot of credit. By the way, that man can sing. Yes, please send pictures. Pictures. Dirty Dancing is the one to make you cry. I mean, yeah, but I just watched that recently. Sappy movies? What kind of sappy movies are you talking about, Todd? Because what's wrong with... Hey, man, nobody puts baby in the corner. That's emotional. And then what's her name had to get the you-know-what, and then she needed help from baby's dad because the you-know-what went bad because it's bad when you-know-whats are illegal. I'm just... That's not a personal statement on anything. That's just going with the 60s movie. He's been killing it. I know. I'm happy. Well, he got his Oscar. Wait a minute. Fact check time. Didn't he get his Oscar? Did Robert Downey Jr. win an Oscar for Chaplin? Recently on that he's grateful he didn't end up winning in 1990. That's right. He would have put me under the impression that I was on the right track. Now he also received an Oscar nod. Oh, that's right. He got it for Oppenheimer, which I haven't seen yet because I'm in no condition whatsoever to watch Oppenheimer. I'm a little too unrealistically afraid. Hi, Jason. Well, I see that now, Todd. I don't know why I thought that, but I think, yeah, that's it. It's well deserved. His Oscar. I don't even need to see Oppenheimer to know everything he does is brilliant. I'm really happy to have you eating dinner and running errands. Wanted to stop in and say hi and thank you for streaming Steve service. I have to tell you a quick story that you can hear this, Jason. This is cute. There was he should have won. Now here, Todd, he should have won for Chaplin, but like he said, it would have further derailed him, and he wouldn't be here. He would have won that. He deserved it, but he couldn't have handled it. And I agree with that. But it just everything that he put into it, he did. So Jason, at the church put a nice wake luncheon on after the service, and I had gone over to the dessert tray because I've had so many people talking to me about desserts and telling me to go get dessert, and we've all been talking about pie. So I go over to the dessert table. There's cookies, brownies, cake, cupcakes, all the things that you can imagine, and one slice of apple pie. And I'm looking around. There's one slice of pie on the dessert table. All right, Steve. I'll take it. And I sent a photograph of that to Sharon and Misha. And I told Misha, I said, this is the only the only slice of pie at his luncheon. I said, I feel like I can't eat it. Like I just have to put it, you know, over saran wrap. And Misha was like, just eat it. And because I texted to Sharon and Misha both, and I was just like, there's only one. I thought that moment would get me too, but it didn't. I actually started to cry during the service, but I spent the majority. This is what I wanted to say. I spent the majority of Steve's service stressed out because of the internet problems, and realized now that I should have just done it with my phone and put it on my phone tripod and let it be and let myself be more present at that service. I was there, I was present, I did all the things, but I was half looking at my computer the whole time. And I think that was probably a subconscious defense mechanism, no doubt. Ooh, brownies. Yum. It's my party. I don't know who's in that. Hi, life's good. How you doing? I'm just gonna quiche. That sounds delicious. What kind of quiche? The Help. That's a great one, but I just used that recently, so it was difficult for me. But you know what? It wasn't as difficult for me as it was for Vicky and Ted and Tanner and Vicky's folks and their family and his family and his friends. I mean, it was difficult, but it's not. Oh, cool. I like mail. Um. Oh, well, I didn't know you said quiche Lorraine like that. I'm not a foodie, right? I don't know. I don't know. Anybody's seen the Google thing? It's all the letters sitting in lawn chairs with the glasses on. It's kind of funny. Um, listen, 4 days. By the way, Mickey, 4 days. That's kind of generous because sometimes I could eat a box of brownies and eat them all in a day. I could eat a box of cookies and I could eat them all in a sitting. I could get a gallon of ice cream and eat it in a day. Yeah, I like quiche too. Oh, wings and coconut shrimp. I'm having chicken breast left over from the military formal that I worked in between Steve Memorial and John's tribute show on Saturday. Eric, yes, I know that movie. Yeah, that movie was amazing. That's right. I couldn't remember, but um, I think I'm gonna do. I did, Jason. I ate that pie. Like I did. I ate it proudly after I took a photograph of it, just because, of course, stuff like that just keeps happening. But I think I'm in a better place now. I think that I think I'm doing better than I was. I think I was doing better when I logged on than I was earlier. I definitely think that the rest, the nap, the relaxation, calming music, it's all really helped me. And then the little that promise that I made to myself, but the little like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna take a real tack and put it in the date so that I can remember. Not that I could forget, but symbolically put a thumbtack in on an end of these last 7 years, almost 7 years, 6.5, whatever it's been since the last one when I was in Nashville, because it was still a really bad. I was still getting away from my abusive ex, and had picked up a friend along. Well, I didn't pick her up; she showed up along the way, and had a difficult couple years there in Florida after getting away from my ex. I do, Shannon, and thank you for saying that. I do feel better today. I know, I know, I know. And I don't even think I finished telling you what I meant to tell you, which was that I went into my emails today and realized that last email that you sent me, it's sitting in my drafts and I didn't finish it. And I apologize. I didn't forget about you. I just thank you, Janet. Very chic. They come in a pack of 8s on Amazon. Because if I spend money on glasses and I break them, I would probably just, I don't think I'd handle that very well. But I do. I think that they're cool because they're clear. I'm actually thinking of my next pair of glasses, and I'm gonna get some no glare blue. Well, these are blue blockers, but no glare. Not bifocals, but the ones that blend into each other, so that I don't have to wear these glasses just for being on the computer and then my regular glasses for walking around. I really like these frames on my face. I love you too, Anne. Yay, Discord. I hope you're talking to me. All right, go take your call. Life's good. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you come back again. I do make actual good content, but I hope that you have a good evening. Yeah, you guys are definitely that movie. God. No, I know what movie I have to watch now. I have to watch Dallas Buyers Club. That's it. I have to watch Dallas Buyers Club. That's the movie. That's what's going to do it for me. That'll make me cry. This is a no judgment zone. 100% no judgment zone. No judgment zone. I would have loved to have seen, and the band played on when they did it on Broadway original before, and Angels in America. I absolutely would have loved to see both, but the Angels in America was technically a series, but that was Philadelphia. That would make me cry. But it would make me mad first, so I don't want to do that. But I think that we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stick with Dallas Buyers Club, because that movie rocks me every time I see it. Rocks me in my core for so many reasons. But it is excellent, Kim. It is absolutely excellent, and it's very believable. And these are actors that I'll tell you that McConaughey and Leto 100% deserve the awards that they got that year. It's a good thing that there wasn't other great movies. I mean, there were other great movies, but not like this last year and the year before, with having so many amazing films. That how do you give Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser each one of every award, because they both deserve, for Elvis and for The Whale, those two movies. I mean, I'll never watch The Whale again. One time was enough, and that's because it hits home, not with a father, but with a friend. It hits home really hard. And also, Darren Aronofsky movies have a tendency to mind fuck me. And I know that I'm not doing too much cursing anymore, but man, that guy, talk about Mother. That movie, I have it figured out. There's also a movie, and I cannot remember who the guy was that made it. Darn. Beau is Afraid, and it stars Joaquin Phoenix, and I'm a big fan of Joaquin Phoenix. Everything. He definitely deserved the Oscar of the year. He did. Johnny Cash for Walk the Line, but unfortunately, that was the year that Mystic River came out. So I don't think that you could. As good as I think that, not even good, as amazing as I think Joaquin did, nobody put this Sean Penn and Mystic River that year. Just there's no way. Mother is weird, and I have a theory about Mother, but I don't know who hasn't seen it and may watch it. Well, definitely creative license with the. I did look back from Dave recently, where a lot of it was made up. Which one? Oh, it's not just I said that about Shannon. Jared Leto and Matthew McConaughey both, like, the amount of weight that they lost was really bad. Oh, yeah. Got it. But what, Mickey, what book? Oh, No Patience. Is that the name of the book? Oh, Patient Zero and the band played on, or which one was that one for? I'm trying to remember. It would be amazing to have a group movie night. We can do that on Twitch. I know we can do it on Twitch. And okay, thank you. It's fun to have 7 conversations that I start all at the same time. I'm a master of chaos because of we're calling it neurodivergent brain now. I need to learn a little bit more about that. I'll talk to my therapist about it. Not really necessarily at 2 months shy of 54 years old, worried about getting any more diagnoses, but technically I am on the spectrum because they consider ADD or ADHD. They had to add, I don't know why you had to add the hyper to it, because not everybody with attention deficit disorder is always hyper. I was always hyper when I was young, but I also had a daydreamy type of version of it as well, which is why I'm not giving in and just going ahead and calling it ADHD, because, like I said, not everybody's hyper. But everybody learns different, and they've added, now that I have to speak to my autism people, like Mary. I know Mary's not here anymore. Mary, Kim, and I know more people with no. Oh, she doesn't use 2 usernames. No. So some of us have gotten really good at knowing each other and told each other our names. And obviously, Janet, like you and me, are just, then again, I could not be. I should change. Maybe I'll change my name to Penny Lane this time. I think that was talked about before. But you were hyper. You were on speed. Well, I was a bad kid too. But what I don't even gonna say anything. I was a bad kid too. But you know how many kids are bad that, again, they don't have to be sent away for strangers to torment them and torture them and destroy their soul? Yeah. Oh, yes. And Matrix Rabbit is this pointing thing. Moni. Hi, honey. Good to see you. Good morning. Good Tuesday morning. Yeah, we were absolutely the latchkey kids. Yep. we were our own babysitters with a little help from Mr. Rogers and Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans, and Mr. Green Jeans is part of Captain Kangaroo, and of course Mr. Dress Up. For any of my Canadian people, I love Mr. Dress Up because I got CBC. I live in Detroit, so that's why one of the reasons I think that I don't want to say I don't respect Canada, because I do respect Canada, but I don't necessarily respect Canada as another country. That makes sense to you? Because I live next door. It's after 8 a.m. It's starting to get cold there because it's starting to get warm here. I think we got up to, said we were supposed to get up to 72. I don't know if that's true, but at least it did definitely. Oh, I did get pictures. I can't wait to see these. I'm so excited. On the phone, John. On the phone, John. When did you live in Detroit? You grew up in Detroit, or you lived here for a while? Oh yeah, Todd. Well, it's 8:06 here in Detroit. Oh, I laughed. Good. Cool in the morning. Yeah, it is still hot, actually. That's good though, right? We just had it's spring here, but we just had a huge snowstorm across. Now I'm gonna worry about my hair. Funny, I almost moved at 12. I almost moved to Florida with my dad and his second wife, but that didn't work out. Sure, that was my fault too. Oh, today's 8th, so I'm very excited for the end of Ramadan and Eid. Eid will be tomorrow, so that I can park with somewhere within 3 to 4 blocks from my home, because I want to do that podcast too. I do, but I just want to play this for a second. It's really beautiful, and when I'm in the right frame of mind, I use it as a moment of silent reflection. I love you, Mickey. Have a good one. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if anyone could hear it, but I forgot to ask beforehand if you could hear it or not. I didn't want silence. If you couldn't hear it, I didn't want silence. But we have actually have a good caller. No. It bothers me on occasion. It bothered me a lot at first because, well, they're loud right now because it's Ramadan, and and this is the call because they have the banquet, they have the food. What I live next door to is technically called a masjid. A masjid is a satellite for a mosque, so like neighborhood churches, basically. It doesn't bother me. It bothered me at first. Yes, my trophy. In fact, no, I bought this. I bought this at the Oddities and Curiosities Expo because I love it. But I love it. Like, look at the details. I wish I could make this. And I'm not saying I couldn't. And yeah, it's a mold actually. It would have been a lot cooler if it was. Oh no, you guys can't see. Guys, can't see my. I moved things around a little bit on the desk. I got my other. Oh, you had a ceramic one? Well, yeah, at sunset they can eat. So right now, especially, there's going to be a ton of cars because, and also it's the last night. So, they fast from dawn to dusk. And so when that one goes off, that's when they're calling for everybody. And then everybody meets. And then as the sun goes down, they do another call. And then that's when they eat. Um, Gosh, no. So it make them out of resin. That's fascinating. I love skulls. I have all kinds. Um, my next thing I'm out of money, so but I'm out of my texturizers, my mediums, to mold onto my canvas because I want to do like a molded out skull and fancy it up. And I actually want to do a series of them for some of my friends. Actually, that might be my idea. Might be a really good idea for the pieces that I should do for that opera. Suor Angelica is an opera that the opera I don't remember the name of the opera in Buffalo, New York is doing, and they're changing. They don't really have to change if you know Suor Angelica. It, this girl is sent by her father to a convent as punishment. And so they're taking the story and they're modernizing it to make it about a girl who's sent to a troubled teen industry program. And they're interviewing. They interviewed some survivors, and I'm one of the survivors that they interviewed. And they asked us questions, and they're going to play our answers over the speakers in between, like in interludes. I'm super excited. And then they're also, oh, bye Shannon. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you have a great night. I appreciate you. So they're doing voices of survivors during interludes, and they're also having an art exhibition of TTI survivors. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to send photographs in that I've made or if I'm going to do painting or a combination. But I'm going to send a few pieces in for that exhibition. So have it at where they're having the opera. And then they had also said there was another place that they were going to be having, and I don't remember what it was. I have to. Wow. Yeah, try that with that's everything that I've seen with resin. I'm all about it. And I really wanted to learn. I mean, I still want to learn screen printing. I know it's antiquated, but I have a great idea for something that I've had a great idea for quite a long time, but I don't want to talk about it on the internet because the last time I did that, Bravo took it and made a TV show out of it. So I don't want to bring up ideas that I'm not going to make any money on. But at just about 2 hours of talking about nothing, am I becoming the Seinfeld of YouTube and without being funny like that? I'm funny, just not say. Will you? Hi, Sandy. I know art is very therapeutic. The problem is, all right, enjoy your dinner, Kim. Thank you so much for coming and supporting and being a part of this. I appreciate you. Art is very therapeutic. I can't even pick up a canvas and my paint. I feel artistically crippled at the moment. And it's a drag. It's a real drag because you're taking away yet another one of my favorite therapies and artistic expressions. It's bad enough that I struggle with my inability to journal on paper, which is it's really, 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 really frustrating for me because It's one of the best ways that I've ever found my whole life to get my feelings out. But, ever since losing those journals in 2007, I think I'll get over it. I know I'll get over it. I just miss it right now. But I'm vlogging instead. I'm just vomiting my words out for anybody who feels like it to watch. And that's cool. That's the beauty of connection, right? I'm in the mood to vent about some things that had me all upset. I could be in Ohio enjoying myself right now. I could be in Grand Rapids enjoying myself right now. I could be a lot of places. Could have enjoyed myself with my mom today. I could have done a lot of things, and I didn't. And I had a bad day, and I needed to talk about it. And I want to thank everyone who's come in here, even if you haven't said a word. Thank you for coming in here and letting me vent. I mean, not letting me, I'm going to vent whether any of you watch this or not. I'm going to vent. If I get 0 views, I get 0 views. Whatever. It's perfectly. It's funny. That's funny. As I used to use a sketch pad, actually. I used to use a sketch pad as my, wait, highlight the art. There we go. Oh, now you can see Bowie and Nick and Yoko and John and Queen. Yummy, yummy, always yummy tinkering. So anyways, I used to use a sketch pad because I would also draw things. I am not a technically talented drawer. Actually, in art school, struggled so hard with drawing and perception and horizon and all of that. But surprisingly, got an A in that class because I fought so hard from not even making good stick figures to get to the point that I got to. And I was amazed. And as a photography major, I was pretty salty about having to take drawing classes. But the professor made a good point in that, well, if you need to do a storyboard, of course, now we don't necessarily need storyboards. We can do those digitally, but that doesn't matter. It's just artist rambling. Yes, please email me and I will email you back. I'm really sorry. I feel so bad. Well, I see you, brother. And I talk to you almost every day. So maybe not the last couple of days, but I'm working on getting better at my communicating again with people. I'm tired of hiding. I just thing. What do you mean you lost them? You mean you just got out of practice? You lost your confidence in it, or you feel like you can't? Did something happen and you physically can't do it anymore? I don't need to be nosy, but if you feel like, oh, okay, I get it. I mean, I get it. I was supposed to have written a memoir by the time I was 30, but I didn't. And then I lost all those journals, like dozens of journals and sketchbooks and little diaries going all the way back. But yeah, but it didn't. So you're like Kevin Smith, right? Like you had the Widowmaker heart attack and you survived, and now you're getting healthier. Everyone is, aren't they? And it's my understanding. Or no, I'm sorry. That's not even right. What I was thinking of was people who have bypass surgery. They're always the same after. But I did hear, oh, well, that is a lot of heart attack. Yeah. Is it a genetic? I am nosy. It's a genetic like heart thing. Is it a? Oh, yeah, you are. You are. You are. You are. You are. Hey, maybe I should make this. Really having a hard time pointing things. I'm going to turn around and point at it. Maybe I should make this my trophy. Too morbid. Todd gets the Survivor Award today. This is your Survivor Award. I've decided that um, this is a Survivor Award, and I will name it something. I did hear something really awesome. Oh, and the secret. I heard that over on the lifeboat participation trophy has now been renamed the Molesky. And I would like to say to whomever came up with that, I applaud you. Brilliant. Couldn't have been named after a better person. That I don't feel comfortable with. And I also don't like to steal ideas, but we'll come up with a name for that. Right now, this is our fancy Survivor. Because just remember, no one gets out here alive. No one gets out of here alive. That's what I was trying to say. I'm gonna hang the disco ball back up. Yes, the doors. I go through phases with the doors. I love that, right, Janet? The Molesky. I mean, seriously, that was so smart. Oh, it was Tommy. My bad. I I thought somebody said that what about Lord Kissfreak and Davy? I mean, we all know that they're in an online relationship. Luckily your husband's fine with it. Tommy came up with it in the spur of the moment. Good. Good. Because it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I was not on the live. I admit I'm guilty of not really being on the boat much lately. I'm working on that. I'm coming back. It's just I wanna chat and everything, but if I'm not in a good place, I don't think that I should be, because I can come here and talk about that, right? We need people that sincerely need for their lives to save their lives, be able to be talked to about things. I'm not any more special or important than anybody else. That is for sure. Um, so I actually was taking a break really from uh, from live streaming, not me live streaming, but just like watching live streams and spending all of my time on. Oh, no, I'm doing it. Spending all my time on. Hey Zenwen, what's up? Is this your first time on a live that I'm about to end? Oh, I'm so happy. I'm happy that you're here. What am I to you? Oh, somebody special? Yeah, but we're all somebody special. That's why I have my channel, is so that I can not only expose the atrocities of the troubled teen industry, but and but to talk about what it's done to me and my life and my friends and having people on in the lifeboat. Um, no, yes and no. When it's helping me, yeah. When it's not, like today, no, no, and that's okay. And I'm also strong enough that I have my group of people. I mean, I have my five, and um, and I don't actually have five. I have three. But I have, I have my people, and I just needed a break. Um, not for anything bad, not for anything salacious, that's for sure. I got over burned out on watching friends and acquaintances in LA being continually harassed. I tired of seeing acquaintances, you know, and new friends. Liz Ferris. I consider Liz Ferris my friend. We don't talk a lot because, of course, my communication skills suck. Um, that was one of the things I was saying. My communication skills suck. But when Liz said that she was gonna quit, I was crying. But I'm really, really, first of all, I'm grateful to Tommy for going in there and talking to her and being there for her, and Carrie for and Liz and Carrie together. But I'm so grateful that Liz took a breath and decided not to let go of what she has, because what she has is really special and important. And I really like Liz Ferris a lot. Um, and I probably need to remind her that it's been a while. I think since I've chatted in her live streams, because I've been taking a break myself. I just felt really super overwhelmed. I don't now. Just today, whoo, let's just say that there was a lot of energy flying around today, and it was not easy to navigate. And I guarantee you, I am one of hundreds of millions, I'm sure, of people who just felt really, really overwhelmed. And Meek, I missed you. It's good to see you. Oh, don't be sorry, then, Lynn. That's the beauty of replay. I don't mind having a replay crew. I don't mind having a replay clue either. Doesn't bother me. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. And I was just going, maybe. I'm not sure though. I do have to think about that. I wonder if I could have, hey, Todd, are you still here? Can you make me a fake pie sculpture or a slice of pie sculpture? I'll call my slice of pie Steve. I would do that. Um, but I don't know about the skull. I feel weird. Not about calling it skull, but just that one. Excuse me. What is that? What is that? And where have you been? Sleeping? What is this? Is this or is this not an Easter egg for you, Jeremy? Been waiting for quite a while. Ooh, breaking news. What? Hang on. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. I get ideas. It happens. That would be amazing, Todd, if you could find them all. Yeah, just let me know. Get back to me. Does that not count? Okay. it took you long. But then again, I realized that like I was sitting this way, and so for a while I was blocking it. But yeah, that's the little Feldman Easter egg. Well, yeah, because you pay attention and it wouldn't. Well, that's really sweet of you, Todd. I love that. Um, I love coming up with little ideas like just off the fly and like artists working together. We should do like plan one time to do like an artist panel and come up with fun ideas of things that we can do. Oh, I also wanted to, these are not my work, but this girl right here and this girl right here are the younger versions of me. I didn't make these. I'd love to say that I made those. I didn't make these. I bought these. I'm a very talented artist. I'm bad. This one too. There's a great expo that goes around the country every year called the Oddities and Curiosities Show, and I love it. I go to the one in Detroit every year. They're all over the country, but it's a lot of fun. I've gotten a lot of my art that I haven't made that's not like a hearing. I have the Bukowski ones. I moved it, but I get a lot of really great art from that. It actually got I got that beautiful skull there. My two girls, Frankenfurter. Uh, no, I got RBG. You can't see it. And I'll probably change it around later as, don't feel bad. Oh yeah, the Easter egg. We did talk about that a long time ago. And when I mentioned it in a Lifeboat Live, Tommy started talking about like what are they called? This is what my brain does. It just completely goes blank. The Fabergé eggs. Because I think that he thought that I meant like a real Easter egg, but it wasn't. It was that. Still getting the whole wall could just be his face with the sweet Michael. Oh, that's really funny. It's really funny. You're so funny. I'm not painting my wall with Feldman. I do, however, in my bedroom have one of my walls painted with the girls the girl's eyes, mouth, and nostrils from the inside sleeve of the Purple Rain album. I painted that on my bedroom wall. I love it very much. And it makes me smile. It was also in the movie Purple Rain, it was painted on his wall in the basement. It was something that I had always wanted to do, so I did it. And I bet you they're beautiful. I bet you they're beautiful. Because I think those things are absolutely stunning, honestly. I only collect things like flamingo, Buddhas, mini sculptures of a blow up balloon dog. One of the coolest things I ever saw was the original blue balloon dog at LACMA in LA. It's the Los Angeles Contemporary Museum of Art. And I have a photograph of it. I'll put it up in the Discord. It'll be fun. But oh well, far be it for me to take you away from your nap, sweetie, because I'm gonna wrap it up. And I'm happy that I noticed your thing because by the way, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I have been holding it in my hand, but I still haven't hit it. Oh, can you guys see the I can't really see the Beetlejuice one. It's great. Beetlejuice is like a lollipop. But I got that at Oddities and Curiosities too. It's that I think that's streaming right now. I know that's streaming. I just I saw it I didn't see it the other day, but I saw that it was on the other day, but I wasn't in the mood, and I'm gonna say this just to piss off Jeremy Shelton. Thanks. That's my life's motto. Goonies was on the other day, and again, for the 5,723rd time, decided not to watch it. Still haven't watched the Goonies because I don't care. When that movie came out, my life was a disaster, and ever since then, I feel like it would be. I doubt it would be lost on me because I can watch all the movies from our childhood and still really enjoy them. I mean, even though I've seen all the rest of them. That's what you get, man. I'm just saying. You should have seen his reaction when I told him I'd never seen Goonies. Like, how could you've never seen Goonies? You're a generation. How could you've never seen Goonies? And I was like, I didn't care. Let's just say that Corey Feldman is he's a complicated guy who's completely misunderstood at the end of the day. And I've seen some really good attributes. And I wish him nothing but good things. But oh, Jeremy, I'll ban you. I will. I'll ban you. Like, we keep talking bad about Bee Gees. Sir. You can have your Goonies, and I can have my. You can have your Goonies. I have my Bee Gees. All right, it's not even equal, even though I know that Josh Brolin is in Goonies, and I always thought that man was sublimely beautiful. I still think that man is sublimely beautiful. I haven't really been in the mood for any of the teenager movies lately because I just watched actually I still have to I didn't know there was going to be a 5th episode of Quiet on the Set, which it doesn't affect me. I'm not Nickelodeon generation, but a lot of people in my life, around like there's anybody alive here. My cats aren't even in the room anymore. They're bored. They got bored. They left the room. They were. There's my girl. Hey, Izzy. See, Janet's never seen Goonies. You want to know about? They're awesome. Oh, you want to know what Jeremy thinks of ABBA? Lord Shelton. Oh wait, can you guys get knighted if you're Australian? No, they don't. Those guys were. I am falling more and more out of internet love with you every single day. Bad boy. Flush who? Hang on. Who we flushing? AC/DC is from Australia. Wait, no, wait. Yes. Brian Johnston, who took over for Bon Scott, is Scottish. That's where my brain got confused about this question. Jeremy. And I want to know who can we flush? I mean, does he ever? I'm actually just super excited that Jeremy made it. I mean, I knew that I was kind of teetering on the possibility of our Aussie and TV friends coming, but yes. Oh, I thought you were asking Jeremy if we could flush somebody else, and I'm like, no, because he redeemed himself with the kids, so that's okay. This is great. Inquiring minds want to know, Jeremy, are you a hipster? I love Supertramp. That's amazing. I love that. That was a huge album of my childhood, Breakfast in America. And yeah, we're still waiting, actually. I'll wait. I don't care. You looked after Bon Scott's mom? Really? Aw. Oh, Bon. Oh, wait. All right. Well, do you write a? Well, I think a mainly American phenomenon, weird new phenomenon. So you don't ride a dirt bike around with your tight jeans and your big heavy motorcycle helmet and your brand new never scuffed Doc Martens or Chuck Taylors. That's impressive. That's impressive. All right, love. I'm glad that I caught you for a bit. I'm glad that you stopped by. I appreciate you. And let's catch up soon. That's really, I'm sure she was. And I'm sure she was a heartbroken lady for losing her son. Oops. Oh, nice. Prime of the Century tour. I mean, I'm with Todd. I mean, I am with Todd on it because they do. The funny thing about hipsters is that they hate beloved things until they grow out of their hipster phase. I mean, not that they all grow out of their hipster phase. Some of them stay hipsters forever, which is, kind of goes against the whole idea of hipsters to begin with. Because I'm psychic. I don't know. I wear them. You're an artist. I'm an artist. I don't know. Yeah, everybody's losing their mind over you getting to go to see Floyd. And what year? What year would that be? JFK Stadium. Which one was JFK Stadium? I know RFK Stadium, but was there one that was called JFK Stadium that then got changed when they started selling naming rights? It's all right, Moni. Don't be sorry. You got a whole day. Oh, okay. Oh, we're the same age then. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, you take care of yourself, Moni. You are loved and appreciated. All right, I think I might actually go. I love every single one of you for being here, taking the time to come and help me with my rants. Didn't really go very ranty, but the very special year. Very, very special. It's my girl. She was simmering. She wasn't simmering. Well, yeah, simmer. We love our Izzy. All right, everybody. I love you all. I appreciate every single one of you. And remember, you can do one nice thing for one person today. Do it every day. Smile, a laugh, whatever. Open the door, whatever. If we all do that, we can change the world. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I see you, and I thank you for seeing me. Have a great night. Oh, bye now. Have a great night.